when you get a chance, what's going on with you? Hey, namaste. What's great with you today? So, I've been having different consultations with myself, and I realized that I want to have a more broader presence, speaking about spiritual gifts. And today, my right ear was ringing. So I'm like, you know what? Let me pay attention to this because normally if I see like an animal, I look up lizard totem. Whatever animal I see, I look up totem behind it, actually see what's the significance between it in the universe. Within the universe, I might see like double digit number like 111 or 333. Look that stuff up. The universe is trying to speak to you. Well, if I go any further, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do that so we can get this message out there about spiritual enlightenment, about becoming aware from the internal power that we have. And recognizing spiritual gifts are very important. So today, my right ear was ringing. And that ringing, if we're not in tune, we'll think something going wrong and something ain't right. But it's a possibility that you might be clairaudient. Now I know you heard of clairvoyant, but clairaudient means I'm able to hear other things in different realms. That's my ears ringing. So there's different ways that we have spiritual gifts, and we're not aware of them. But the universe wants to get our attention. So today, my right ear was ringing. I did some research on my board. I got several things of what's going on here. So the ring of the ear could be clairaudience, where you have the ability to get information from a higher energy source. This is our ear ringing. Because a lot of times we brought up in religion or certain ways, our spiritual aspect was not brought to the higher awareness. So we have to activate that awareness of a consciousness of a spiritual being in there. The second thing could be of that ringing in that ear is your angels are trying to get your attention to align you with what you're actually here for. So just go when our body give us certain signs, if you don't look it up, sit still and have that segmented intention to see actually what the universe is trying to say to you. And another thing when you hear the ears ringing is a shift in your vibrational state to perceive higher vibrations. So what helped me become calm and cool is perceiving higher vibrations because my vibe can only be on the vibration that I feel like I am at that time. The only vibration I could be is the only vibration that I feel or the only vibration I think that it is. That's not what it is. So to evolve higher, we need to connect with higher energy beings. So if you get in your ears ringing, don't go to the doctor. It could be your spiritual angel trying to connect with you. You could be clairaudient, where you're hearing other things on different levels. You can be clairsentinel, meaning you can smell different scents from different realms as well too. It's not just from here. So me being a Virgo, my emotion antennas go like 2 or 3 miles out, so I can feel other people's emotions. So Reiki helped me to protect myself from not having such a nervous unbalance. Because also that ringing in the ear could be that your chakras are becoming clear. Ringing in the ear also is caused by your chakras being connected and opening up. So if you're doing that spiritual work, if you're doing two Egyptian geese, oh man, pardon me, I'm outside, the room is my office. What we're speaking about is understanding or accepting your spiritual gifts. What I thought about today was my ear was ringing. And a lot of times it has something to do with music. So if you are in music and your ears are ringing, you might hear different things and noise or sound that help you make your music. So don't think nothing wrong with you. What you need, y'all? But we connected in. You can sit right here. So I'm just in front of the boy. You know we're visual learners, but we got Big Nana in the house. We got Yaya in the house, the chef, the cook, but also too she's very intuitive. She understands signs. She understands symbols and she loved them zodiac signs. You know, so she's something going, oh, that sound like an Aries, oh, that sound like a Taurus, or that sound like that. So this is my guru who I go to when it come to read me about me, you know. So, oh man, man, man. So just take a second to understand that we have spiritual gifts and we can have resistors based on the way we was raised in our environment. I was raised Jehovah's Witness. I don't need your damn sympathy. Keep that shit. Being Jehovah's Witness, one of the best things helped me because it helped me understand what I didn't want. But while I would understand what I didn't want, it showed me how to study that book and break it down. So I'm very appreciative of my experiences while I was being a Jehovah's Witness. But being a Jehovah's Witness, being a Christian, being a Muslim, being a Buddhist, being a Friday Adventist, being a Jew, whatever it is, a lot of those things do not tap into the spiritual being. They call it hoodoo or whatever they call it. But what made me understand is, let me help my melanated people who aren't quite in tune with how the universe connects with you. Ears ringing, you seeing butterflies, you seeing lizards. Look those things up and see what the universe is trying to connect with you.
Dreams.
Dreams. Thank you, Big Yeah. Dreams. We got her in the green room right here. She ain't ate all day long, so she right here eating like what she is, a Taurus right now. So allow her, cause like I say, we don't eat, we get aggressive. So understanding that. So how could I receive higher intuition if I'm not feeding my temple with the proper food? If I'm not oxygenating the chemicals if I'm not oxygenating the cells in my brain, if I'm not allowing my lungs to expand to the full capacity, getting that carbon monoxide in my lower lungs. If I'm not doing that, how am I really breathing? How am I really breathing? So come in. Well, yeah, you can come in because this is a dialogue. I say something, it might not make sense to you the first loop. Say, hey, coach, can you explain that? That's why I love having Big Nana / Yaya around. But coach, you like coach. Sometimes your mind be everywhere. You know so much information. You might say things that people might not quite understand. So can you break it down? I love giving you baby food because you don't have no spiritual teeth. You can't chew it. It's not gonna make sense to you. You can't actually apply it. I don't talk just to show what I know or to brag or boast. I want you to understand actually what it is. You almost ready, y'all?
Yeah.
Okay. You gonna eat while we do this?
Oh, I'm standing up.
No, we gonna turn around and sit. We're gonna sit right there.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
They can't watch me eat.
No, why would they want to do that? Well, I guess you do your. No, I guess that's how it is. So, without further ado, we going cause if this gonna be a vibe, she said the people can't watch me eat. Shit, I guess they can then. Why not? So we gonna turn the vibe around here this way, and just have a nice dialogue. Cause y'all love asking me questions about what you love me question about relationships. What we talking about today?
Oh, um, yeah.
Relationship.
Relationship. Yeah. So,
Yeah, relationships.
yes, relationships because um, what you said.
I want to rent a woman.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
And she bust out laughing. I'm listening. Go ahead. They with you. Tell people I ain't saying you. I said it. Goddamn right.
well, his idea of relationships may be um unorthodox to certain people, but he's being him, and some people aren't being honest and true to who they are. So to me, I love when an individual, especially a man, is honest about what they want and know what they want, and they're honest about it and being truthful despite what anybody else may think. So, and I told a couple of my exes that just be truthful, be honest, and the woman will either have to respect it or they got to keep it moving. You know, you can't be scared of her response. So, because that's living in the truth. But anyway, so we was talking about relationship, and he said, because he always say he's married to himself, right? So he said that she could rent a woman. So I'm like, rent a woman? I'm like, what? So what does that consist of? So I had to find out what does that consist of. So he was saying basically, have a woman. Well, you said it. You could.
No, oh, you got. I'm listening.
Okay, well,
I'm just allow you to receive what I said. I'm just listening. Go
he
ahead.
was saying basically, to have like a woman for a certain amount of days per week, and men doing it anyway. They'll deal with, and women do it too. They'll deal with.
They can be honest.
Yes, women do it too. They have a counterpart that they're dealing with on particular certain days, and deal with somebody else on on other days. But yeah, so I can get it, but it's just how it sounds. Run a woman. It sounds. I was like, what? The stuff that come out this man's mouth. So yeah, I thought that was like very, very, very interesting. So I am learning how to be truthful and honest with what I really, really want. So that's what I'm finding is what I really want. And I'm noticing the more I'm truthful with myself, the more I realize there's certain things that I really don't want. I just was just doing it for, because that's what we're supposed to do, or that's what I thought I wanted. So, you know, yeah.
Right. So basically, with me being married to my spirit, I feel like sometimes that a relationship interferes with the spiritual connection because now I have to be satisfied with what this particular woman wants. It's the maintenance plan behind it. If she's not in agreement, so he's not agreeing with your spiritual value and alignment. If you're married to a relationship, you're already cheating with somebody on the outside, especially if they're not on that same vibration. So with me not trying to be concerned with the maintenance plan about the holidays and the dressing up like each other, whatever it may be, the romantic part of it. See, that's what she talking about. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so after the romantic stuff over and the fun is over, now you got to deal with the responsibilities, the trauma and the drama that you can quite heal. So now, how much time you got to meditate? Especially if y'all live together. I don't want to cohabitate with the woman. Like, I can come stay with you for a little while. You can stay with me. We can. It has to be. This is very unorthodox. It's not something that you're gonna learn in church. It gotta be something that you accept within yourself, knowing that I I like my peace and tranquility. I like sleeping in the bed by myself. Now, if I got to worry about where you at and how you feeling, why? How can I be comfortable with that all the time? And I gotta maintain and pretend to be that. I used to have my own space and place, but now because I feel like I'm lonely, now you all right?
Yeah, just feel like I'm more forward.
Oh, because you are?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's definitely. Well, no, not really. The city,
Oh,
city's high, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you should just look different.
okay.
But listen, the conversation we have and the questions she asks is just is question that people want to hear because us as melanated people, I'm not gonna say black, because black we definitely don't know. I'm not gonna get into that whole that's a whole nother situation. But melanated people, if we understand our value from a spiritual level, we will behave different. How you think I became so calm? Now don't get it twisted. I ain't saying I ain't aggressive still, but I'm not mainly aggressive. If our undertone is anger, is rage, is jealousy, is resentment, is getting back, how can I receive love like that?
True.
Big Nana.
That's true.
And I call her Big Nana because you know that spirit that back in the day you would see the woman that run a bar and keep a 38 and a 45. That's Big Nana. That's that warrior spirit. Remember they say your mammy. Your mammy was someone like Big Nana who would run everything when the so-called white man was gone. Who would feed the non-human baby's breast milk. That was someone like Big Nana that could handle her business. She did. But then as we were you're welcome. Now as we convert over here that we're more immaculate involved, we don't even involve the woman In Christianity, it's the mother, it's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Time out for commercial break. So just think about that for a second. I'm looking in the comments in the boxes right here. I'm scrolling through, seeing what's going on. So just think about that for a second. Like, ask yourself, what's the reason that you want a relationship outside yourself? Is it because you're feeling lonely? You want somebody just to lay in the bed with you at nighttime? Like, ask yourself truthfully, why do I want another human being to be responsible for outside of myself, especially if I haven't healed? Nana, what you think?
Yeah. I was thinking.
Yeah, what you thinking?
I know for me, like I I crave that sometimes because of being used to having that that nourish that the touching and nurturing and lovey dovey stuff. But it's like even when I look at past relationship or even my friends, if I'm talking to someone, I realize that I don't want one. Like I don't want one right now. I'm healing. I'm I have to give to myself. I don't have nothing to give to nobody in a relationship. I don't have it. So it's like if I don't have it to give, why would I be in a relationship right now? So I have to pour into myself, and I have, you know, my coach who pours into me, and I have my good friend who also pour into me, but I have to pour into myself because I've been pouring into so many people and so many things outside of myself that I lost to who I didn't even lose who I was. I don't even know who the hell I am. So so that's what I'm finding. I have to find that, and the more, like I say, the more that I'm being honest with myself, the more I'm realizing, like, yeah, I'm loving myself. I'm loving to be with myself, to be in solitude with myself, to feed myself, my inner child, to nurture her, So I don't have anything to give to nobody. That would be selfish of me anyway to be in a relationship with somebody. Selfish to me and selfish to them. So, I definitely yeah, am married to myself
Mm.
too.
So did I have any influence on how you feel right
Oh,
now?
yeah. Big time.
Why you feel like that?
Because like I said, this is your words. This is your words. And at first I just listened and was absorbing, and I'm like, okay, because for me, I never not been in a relationship. I've always been in a relationship. But when I get out of one, you know, I'm find another one.
I can relate to that, but I'm just go ahead.
So just the whole idea of you saying that you were married to yourself, I'm like, okay, that's nice. Wish I could do that, but yeah, that's nice. And as time and time went on, just healing past traumas and seeing just the benefit of me pouring into myself, it's like working getting a new job, and you see all the benefits that job has to offer and the pay, and you like, this is what I've been missing, like, so I see the benefits of it, and yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Now I don't know about the future, what that holds, but for right now, I definitely am pouring into myself and in a relationship with myself, and I see how important it is. It's very vital, very vital.
So
And yeah.
do you feel like you've been a Taurus had anything to do with your evolution? Where at first you were hearing me, at first you were listening, but then it did kind of make sense, and after a while something else clicked in.
What you mean, like my stubbornness, or?
Oh wow! I just said Taurus. You said stubbornness. Okay, we'll go with that.
That's what we known for.
No, I didn't know that. I'm like, okay, well, you're Taurus, you're stubbornness. Okay.
Maybe because I know as Tauruses, we are very when we know something, we stick to it, and that's what it is. You can't move us with that. We'll laugh and kiki all, but you can't move us when it comes to things that we believe in. So I know what with us working out and having our talks, Like I was able to agree and yeah, I understand that, I get that, right, 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 But then when we had that talk, what it was, maybe 2-3 months ago, yeah, we had that talk like 3 months ago, and I was like, oh wow.
What
Like,
talk we had? We had so many. Which one gave you the
I
oh wow?
mean, the talk where you called me. Remember, I thought about you that morning, and then the spirit told you to call me that same day, that afternoon. And then you told me to, I said I was gonna call you back, and you said make sure you call me back, and I called you back, and then we had, we just started having our
You're a better
conversations
angle
from
here.
then.
Okay.
So with those conversations, with that conversation, yeah, that was very I was like, wow, this man know what the fuck he talking about. I'm like, wait a minute, this whole time I had access to this man, and I just was like, yeah, yeah, and everything just seemed clear, like everything just seemed different. I'm like, yeah, I want to be like, this, like the freedom that I've seen you obtain within the what 12 years,
The freedom you seen me obtain. Wow.
Yes, the freedom that I seen you obtain, I was like, I want this, and I know that I was just vulnerable and open to receive whatever it is that you had to tell me. First of all, I know that you don't mean me no harm. I've known you for so long. Um, Second of all, I knew that you knew that what you was talking about. And third of all, I seen the proof.
Third of all.
Third of all.
Third of all.
Third of all. I seen the proof. So I was like, okay, this is what I want. I want what he has attained. So I became extremely vulnerable to what it is, and I'm so grateful, and I'm proud of myself, and I'm appreciative of you, as well. So I just, I just soak it all in, I just soak it all in.
That vulnerability
It's big.
That that's the kicker. That's the kicker. So we can say emotionally, I want that. When it comes to be vulnerable, that you gotta really look at your shit and take responsibility and stop playing the victim. You're like, oh my God. Wow. Wow. That's the part, because actually whatever happened outside is truly going on inside. But you're so busy looking outside.
Okay, yeah.
So when you pause and act and look inwardly, you like, whoa. You realize that you've been hypnotized, you've been bamboozled, you've been in the matrix, and everything pretty much has been a fucking lie. And you suffering in silence and refusing to reach out. So I had to go through her spiritually, talk to her spirit, like, hey, man, let me call y'all, see what's going on. As I call at that time, the divine timing. So once again, it's about being aware, not just conscious, but being aware who's been dropped in your spirit. If you ride around vibing, if somebody dropping your spirit, call that person and let them hear your voice. You'd be surprised how far that'll take them, because we all one. It's not an I, it's a we. And so by me helping Yaya, she waved like by me helping Yaya, this is how I get vegan food 5 days a week. Vegan food 5 days a week. Somebody calling the show phone while I'm on the show right now. Oh, I can't answer. Can you text me? I am literally live right now. On the phone, and I'm doing back office stuff. I'm checking the room, see what comments there. So please vibe with me. You feel me? I got the cameraman on rotation. You feel me? The cameraman is slow. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, vulnerability. Us being melanated men, especially you're an alpha male. When you're an alpha male, we're not taught to be vulnerable. We're not taught to truthfully communicate. Now, if you're a Virgo and you're alpha male and you unbalanced, you finna avoid that shit altogether. I ain't finna talk that. I just cut you off, so I ain't gotta deal with you. And now you run by what you did wrong. You did a motherfucking thing wrong. You didn't want to put pressure on me to make me change. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change my longitude and latitude and get the fuck away. That's what I'm gonna do. Especially if if it's not something that's going to enrich me spiritually, and if I'm unbalanced. Because an unbalanced Virgo, we're so petty. If we got a sense of you crossing us, we ain't fucking with you, cuz. Like it just what it is because we're so connected. Not saying it's right, but if we feel that way. So what y'all saying, look, coach, you're a Virgo. I need your alignment. I need your order.
Or order.
I like order. Like what order I got?
Organization.
Organization. So now I don't deal with Yaya. I heal with Yaya. When she grow through stuff, guess who grow through it with her? I do. But it's easier because it's not a sexual relationship where she think I'm taking her side. It's non-biased. It's the synchronicity of if she was a dude, she'll be my homeboy. You feel what I'm saying? It's that type of relationship. It's a spiritual relationship that both of us are responsible for showing up as a higher vibrational self. Not how many orgasms we gonna get, or that's simple pleasure. I ain't saying I don't enjoy it, but that's not my main focus. My main focus is spiritual alignment within myself. That's what I'm married to. When I had that gun to my head and blow my brains out, then no chick called my phone, then no dude called my phone. My internal intercom said, "Hey, you ain't hungry?" So from that day, I've been attracting that same voice and healing that same voice that told me to put that gun down and make a sandwich.
Yep.
Yeah.
And with just to piggyback what you said, with the non-sexual aspect, what it does is it makes you, when you having a spiritual relationship with somebody, it makes you accountable for your thoughts. Because sometimes we'll have sex and we'll blame that person for feeling a certain type of way. But when you're not having sex with that person, you're accountable for them crazy ass thoughts that be in your head and your mood swings. Like, okay, no, this is why I'm feeling this way. I'm feeling this way because of it, you know. So it does make you accountable, and yeah.
Let's say we got any comments here. Let that marinate in your brain for a second. Okay. None? Okay, let's give it a 30-second break. We'll be right back after this message. Thank you for the Most High for providing the prana to make this show possible. Give me 30 seconds, get some water. I'll be right back. Peace. And we are back. Thank you. And listen, what's so funny is Yaya is so connected. She's so energetic and tune. Besides, she rocking right now. She can't help it. She say, you know what? I hope I'll be rocking. But remember, we are energy. Energy in motion on the stay in motion. No, you drop. Allow yourself the freedom just to be. Stop critiquing yourself. Stop beating yourself up. And number one thing they told us and none of the people is don't talk to yourself. Okay, I agree with that until I found the word intra, INTRA, personal communication. How are you talking to yourself inside your head? Hmm. Wow. Now, I'm asking another question. If that person inside your, I said it backwards. If that voice inside your head was a person, and you walk around with it all day long, how would you vibe with it? Complaining about this. I don't like that. This went wrong. That went wrong. That would knock the shit out you with. But yet, inside your head, you're doing it yourself, but you think I have to listen to it because it's so close. When you become aware that you are the awareness that's being conscious, the thing that's coming up subconsciously, you don't have to subscribe to it. You can release it and let it flow. You don't believe me? Hey, yeah, I taught her how to do that. How you do that?
Well, the day that I realized was I had what I was doing. I was driving. Like the day kind of was messed up already. You know, well, I took it as being messed up, and I was driving, and I started not wanting to go into this depressive state of mind, not wanting to be like fuck people, like not want to be around nobody. So I'm driving and I'm like, dang, I gotta go into the store. I'm gonna be around no goddamn body. And then I played a song, and I played something inspirational, and then I changed my thought. Next thing you know, my whole vibe changed. I'm straight. So I realized I was like, wow, that was not me. That's not me because I could have went into that depressive state and been in it for a couple of days, But I came up out of it and I realized that those thoughts that wasn't my thought. So and it and what made me realize it was you talking about the roommate, the ego inside our heads, and I realized that every single morning, I never knew it until I was aware that every single morning I talk bad to myself. Like, damn, shouldn't do that. Why you did that like that? Damn. And I remember one day it was happening. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh my gosh, like I talk so bad to myself. And then it's like I felt bad for my inner child. So it's like this is how you speaking to yourself? Like that is some fucked up shit. So now I'm more aware, and it's still an everyday practice, but I'm more aware of those thoughts that's coming in my head because we think that we're not able to control it because we think that that's us, and it's not.
You mentioned several times inner child. What is that inner child? The healing your inner child. We just briefly touch on that. Like, what is the inner child?
That inner child. The essence of us. How we were when we were children. When I think about my inner child, I literally think of myself when I was a little girl and how she wanted to be treated and what happened with her. So helping her heal her trauma. And when I speak to me, I speak to my inner child. And you wouldn't talk to a child. Well, some people do, but you wouldn't talk to a child like bashing them all the time. Hey, baby, like you'll be more, soothing and nurturing to that child. So with me, I'm working on practicing, talking to my inner child that way, and that also helps learn with talking to your daughters. When you learn how to talk to your inner child that way, it teaches you how to talk to your daughter because I realize they need that to be spoken to the same way. And me teaching myself how to speak to myself is the same way how I'm speaking to my daughters. But yeah, so that's what the inner child is. In my opinion.
Yeah, I definitely get what you're saying. So me with my inner child, it was the misconception that I was traumatized to her. When I had my inner child went back to that 7-year-old that was laying in bed with my mom having sex, I just kind of held myself and I forgave myself for being in that situation. So healing the inner child that I assumed was hurt and releasing that. And when we kind of release that trauma and those situations, we're able to be refilled with joy and love. But we have to recognize what's going on. We have to become aware of. We can be conscious, but we're not aware of how deep the ramifications of that is. Like it can be like a thorn in our side, not recognizing what it is. But going back to that child and loving on yourself, regardless if your mom and dad wasn't there, you don't have to think that story. That's what happened to you. That's not actually who you are. But you can say,
and having fun. And having fun. How you heard me?
I knew you were gonna say something.
And having fun,
absolutely. Now fun is the and that goes back to segment intent, what we talked about. So we can meditate in the morning and then meditate at night, but what about taking segment time periodically throughout our day to make sure that we're focusing on actually what we want? Like that's important because we can have an intention. We get in a car and something a coffee waste or somebody runs off the road. I hold about right. What the fuck? And all that spirit stuff is going out the window. You feel me? So it's reality. It's the best of both worlds. Being spiritual doesn't mean you're not gonna curse. Don't mean you're not gonna have a bad day. You're not gonna care to injure you, but for such a long time with you. You feel me? Somebody gave a wow face. Yeah, what's the wow? Give me a comment in the box. Let's talk about it. Good evening, world. Good evening. How you doing? We're all loving it. So we got somebody feedback here. Can you see that name? I call him DD for sure. Last time I was on there. Thank you for that. So what did what did we say that was so wow to you, or was it like a epiphany moment for you? Just to pause and hmm, to breathe. Like how we when we do pause, how are we breathing? Do we got our arms folded? We sit slumped over? We sag it over? So all of those signs attract lower vibration, something that we don't want. Oh, okay. You experience ringing in your ear often, right? So if you experience ringing in your ear, and right now is, and y'all know talking about the other day. My name is Lauren. Thank you, Lauren. Hope I'm saying it correct. Let's say Lauren, right? Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. We have to tap into our spiritual essence because our ancestors are trying to lead us to liberate ourselves from what's going on. So understanding the time and position there right now is the perfect time because the ether is waiting for us to dodge in that database of awareness to wake ourselves up and be that example what other people want to see. So me, I need to see an example of it. I hear people talking about it, but what if I and y'all good with it? What if I run into a big brick wall, coach? What I do? She called me like for whatever reason. Y'all don't think I got to answer to everything. She'll be doing this. Hold on one second. Let me call coach. Coach, what you think about? Coach, I was the stove. What you think about? I'm like, listen. Oh, coach. Oh, coach got the answer. Hold on, coach. It's a gift and a damn thing no curse. So yeah, so we need to tap in and tune into our spiritual guidance to release us from those low vibration thoughts. Um, let's take a slight pause, but we got a comment, and we got a live one.
I did discuss many other gifts, but that just gave me clarity on yet another gift.
Yes, that's what we're here for to help teach you about other things. Because go ahead.
He mentioned the three different clairvoyants.
I just didn't do that.
Oh, okay.
So when I spoke to Yaya about being clairaudience, she's like, you talking about clairvoyance? Yeah. I'm like, it's more than what. Anything with clair mean you can clairsensitive mean you can smell things on other realms. Clairaudience mean you can hear things from other realms. And then what the other? Clairvoyant can see things. I went in Panera Bread one day on Federal Highway, and when I walked in there, I smelled they were cooking chitlins. I don't know if you know what that smell like, but those are hog intestines, smell like straight shit. Now I know Panera Bread doesn't cook that, but I walked in and the smell was so overwhelming, I almost passed out. I'm like, y'all don't smell that? No one smelled it but me. So I had to accept what I was and who I am and actually walk out there politely and then sit outside and just let it be okay. Because we are so in tune with the spiritual world. We're not using those like every day like a muscle. We don't know how to use it. Right. No, so we have to use it or we lose it, man.
That's true. Mm-hmm. That's true. And he also made me realize when we talked about the clairaudience, that because I always knew that I could hear things when I was younger. That's what I would hear things when I got older. I never actually described it or put anything to it, a name to it. So that made me realize that was another gift, like what you said, another gift that I have is clairaudience, along with clairvoyance and
sentinel. See, look, sentinel I can smell. Clear sentinel, clairvoyant I can see, and clear clairaudience I can hear. Let's go to thank you. I do all three. This is Lauren. I do all three, so that's awesome. It explains a lot.
Yes.
Yes, this is when the devil with y'all said, listen, I need to start speaking about more spiritual stuff. So I literally sat down and took like 2 hours to prepare what we're doing right now because we have the ears, the capacity, and the spirit, which is the whole. I'm helping you spirit, mind, and body. I'm looking at the whole you, helping you understand who you are as a spiritual being. I'm not a preacher. I ain't preaching some over and over. I'm teaching you about you. I'm helping you remember how great you are. One breath at a time. Oh, we got a lot. We got Lauren here. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm lead. I'm learning how to use them slowly but surely. Sometimes I channel songs and sounds I don't ever listen to.
From the spiritual realm. That happened to me. Yeah.
Yes.
Are you a writer?
No, no, do your thing when you hear you,
you
Lauren.
make songs? Do you make songs?
Like you were saying, Lauren was speaking to you. But this must have been for you today, because this is my first time ever doing something about the spiritual realm. So, Lauren, this must be for you and somebody else who's thinking about it. Because remember, we are never alone in the warehouse of awareness. Stop thinking that way. You're separating yourself. You can't be alone. This is some good stuff, man. Like this is the bread and butter. I'm talking about vegan butter, vegan bread. That's soft bread. She said,
poetry.
Yes, and poetry. Makes sense.
See, yeah, makes a lot of sense.
A whole lot of sense. See, that's why I say this is why I got y'all with. Okay, and we need one more better. What's your zodiac sign? Let's go there.
What's your sign?
We're gonna turn Yaya on. I know I'm a Virgo. Okay. Yes, and this came across
random.
We think it's random.
Random.
If it ain't live, it ain't me. Ain't nothing random. Yaya, talk to me. Let's turn some more lights on. Let me see.
I just don't advertise my gift. What's your sign? Yeah, but you gotta practice your gift then.
That's it, she local.
What's your sign? Are you in Florida? South Florida? Capricorn. Another earth sign.
Right, we got Virgo.
Yeah. We earth sign.
Where are you looking?
January 19th.
Where are you? She said who?
January 19th. She said Capricorn.
Okay.
Yes, you are correct.
You know. Y'all don't. Oh, that's beautiful, ain't it?
I'm glowing.
Yeah, from the inside out too. That. Today we were speaking about synchronicity. A lot of times we speak about cause and effect, but going beyond time and space is synchronicity, where something happens in so-called heaven, and it happens. She lives in Texas, and something happens. Oh, we're different states. That's what y'all say. Yeah. Texas in the house, long. That's what's up. Hang loose. Thank you, Lord, for tapping in. But synchronicity goes above duality. It goes above cause and effect because it happens simultaneously. It's not a cause and effect. Like it's the invisible become invisible. It's not a right, wrong, up or down. Everything it just is. But we're so caught up in trying to be something. I'm just trying to do something instead of actually being something. So with being aware of your spiritual gifts, you won't get so tied up in the other shenanigans that's going on. That's all it is to determine of helping you to reach your higher self. Because if you start behaving different and you start transforming, people gonna say, "Hey, I want that. Give me some of that." And they like, "What's that? What's this?" So when we have that and we connect with it, now we have a responsibility not only to learn it, but to teach it. For me, I had to.
So the landlord says,
I got you. You can't read the first one.
My energy and prowess allows me to predict things that are going to happen and allows me to sense impeding danger.
Let me do this for you. How about this right here?
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. That's better. Okay, we're learning, understanding what's going on. So the land, so that's the spirit of intuition now, brother. The definitely that's wonderful. Because if your mind isn't available, you aren't clear to see that. So your mind has to be available and clear for that. That's awesome. Got another comment.
I have experienced lapses in time as well. What do you think? That's traveling?
What you think? Cause see, Because see, when you experience time lapse, time is only psychological.
It's not.
So when you go beyond time and say what's created, it's not really real. That's something that they told us was real. So you meditate and you just vibing with that higher frequency of life, time seems to exasperate and non-existent.
You know what I seen this morning?
No.
I don't know if it's real true or not. I seen that they said that the government was trying to make this daylight savings time permanent. I was like, boy, they be trying to have so much control.
But only reason why they did it was one was farming. We're not farming anymore, so that much sense doesn't make.
Okay.
But I definitely get it. The lane X.
What do you think that is about the time lapse?
They say a cuss. Don't forget about us on YouTube. Oh my bad, YouTube. But you on here right here. Okay.
Or Delana, what's your sign? You're a cusp of what?
Okay, I see you. I see you. You on both then. YouTube, I apologize. We here. I appreciate that. Yeah. I see you here, Delana, also too. What's your sign, Lena? Oh, she probably looking at zodiac sign. That's probably what she's at. So you say you're on the cusp of what? And Yaya could definitely break that down for you. She is an expert in that. She told me to help me understand my Virgo, and when I start understanding about the moon, I understand the opposition of Virgo is Pisces. And we say, what? You think I'm bipolar? That is true because Virgo's like order and Pisces is chaos. You feel me? So go figure. Thanks. The universe has a crazy sense of humor. Don't forget. Okay, he ain't gonna forget, no problem. So understand that opposition doesn't mean they against you, meaning the opposite polar. So opposite polar of Virgo is Pisces. And before we get started, don't ask me the opposite of yours because I do not know. You can inbox me. I'll find out. I know about me right now. Remember, I'm married to me. I'm selfish. I want to find out what I got going on first before I try to deliver other information because if I'm not taking care of nurturing me, I can need space for yourself. So yeah, thank y'all for YouTube watching. Thank y'all on Facebook watching. Thank you for the conversation, the feedback. We ain't done yet. Now we want to talk about what traumas do you guys think you're having that's keeping you away from connecting with your spiritual self? What you think opposite of mine is Cancer? Okay, interesting. All right, thank you. I love in tune people. It's more of I love having dialogue. Yeah, what you get? Yeah, get some download.
No, I'm just thinking because the Capricorn is so like I'm not gonna say stern, but like to be in control. And the Cancer is very fluid. Like they're considered as over emotional. You know.
I can be considered. I get it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because Coach has a book called The Moon. Moon Power, right? And it talks about your polar opposite sign and how, because I always knew about my polar opposite sign. What am I? A Taurus, which is Scorpio. I always knew about it, but when he started reading that book, he made me realize that you have to use so your polar opposite is what you should incorporate more. Your your sun sign is what you already are, but your polar opposite is what you should incorporate more to balance. Just like with Tauruses, we could be known as so stubborn and so set in our ways and so this and so that. But I need to get my Scorpio sign, and that will balance me out if I utilize the traits of Scorpio that will have like a balance. So Delaney said Virgo and Libra.
And the sign
of Virgo. Yeah, he a Virgo Libra.
But then also he went in
Chinese sign of rat. I'm a tiger.
And I'm an ox. Yeah, I'm an ox. So either way, and then my moon sign, let me pause for a second. Wow, that's awesome. See, I told you that I only hang with the best, bro. So the moon sign, that thing about the moon, we only see probably 65% of the moon. The other side is dark because the sun doesn't shine on it. So that's the moon sign. My moon sign is a Taurus. So once I understand I'm a Virgo, Pisces, Taurus, understand like I got three different personalities, three different energies that flow within me. Um, okay, going back here.
Delano says
You not seeing my
yeah,
sun.
yeah, we see that. You're Virgo. You're Virgo and a Libra.
You're not seeing my sun.
You're more of a Virgo or you're more of a Libra? Which one?
And Lauren said she believes she's a horse. I appreciate
Chinese.
my emotional Scorpio because
I operate. Yeah.
because listen, honestly, when we feel stuff, that's how our spirit is speaking to us. So we're entertaining thoughts that our spirit doesn't or our higher self doesn't agree with. It's gonna give us a type of feeling. That's why I'm going through depression because I was constantly thinking I wasn't worthy, I wasn't enough, I wasn't deserving. So my spirit felt depressed until I came out of that spirit of depression. You feel me? And she thinks she's a horse. Delano, what did you ask him?
No, I asked him, is he more of a Virgo or more of a Libra?
Gotcha. So the Virgo would be the north node and the other would be the south node?
No, this is he on the cusp.
Hmm.
And not his opposition, but his cusp.
His cusp or the other one?
As he said, he on the cusp.
Oh, come on, buddy. We see you. This is slight lag. We ain't paying. We not ignoring you. Trust me, because we seeing you here and we seeing you there. Mm-hmm. It might be a slight lag. Go ahead, yeah.
Most likely.
I'm listening. They listening.
Yeah, I was just so she's Capricorn, but yes. So we have plenty of signs. You already know how to look up your sun, moon, and your planetary signs and your opposition for your sun sign, most definitely. Oh, I wonder.
I'm listening.
I wonder if we should look up our opposition for all of our signs, but that'd be a lot.
But actually, I actually got the moon book, and it's what 12 signs. So
right.
It's like each. It's only six of them. So it's only six variables. Hold on, what's that? I can get that there. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. So you got the old bookshelf putting up, baby. I'm doing a bad job. Y'all can see.
Yeah. So yeah. So I'm Taurus sun. I am Libra moon, and my Venus is Taurus as well. So I'm very, very. I could be very stubborn and one track minded, and you know, I remember the other day, Coach was like, "Yeah, you don't multitask well, and you when you stuck on one thing, you are." And I can be an extremist. I can be, and he made me be aware that I need to utilize my other signs. I need to get out of this, not get out of the Taurus mode, but use my other signs too to balance what's going on with my Taurus sign because I do have a tendency to when I'm focused on one thing, I'm focused on that thing, and I want to be able to utilize other things too because we got one lifetime in this body. In this body right here, I got one lifetime. So I want to be able to utilize different things and utilize my sun. My moon sign is Libra. Okay, my polar opposite sign is Scorpio. I need to be able to utilize. I need to be able to utilize that fire sign and that water sign so I could be fluid. No water and Scorpio. My water sign, yes, and be more fluid so I'm not so you know.
Eureka, we found it.
That threw me off.
What? Feeling like
no.
What?
With the banner.
Like I'm more of a Libra, but I do have a tendency to tap onto my Virgo sign lately. Oh, that's super cool.
Gotcha.
I'm a guest. Okay, thank you. Delano, you about to guest, Lauren. Thank you for being here. Any questions? We right here. So Delano's guest. What's your zodiac sign?
Team Taurus.
Oh. Okay, so we got for Aries, its opposition is Libra. For Taurus, Scorpio.
Scorpio, yeah.
Okay. Gemini is Sagittarius. Cancer is Capricorns. Leo is Aquarius. And Virgo is Pisces. So every sign has an opposition. I don't want to break down each one, but it kind of, I was kind of thought a zodiac sign was kind of hoodoo voodoo until I actually started reading and seeing the similarities, and it seemed like, whoa, like this is real. The first book I had was the birth date book, where each individual day has a specific energy and frequency that it floats on. So that was my first journey in that. But getting other things like this moon book really helps us understand, because the moon is the dark side, but it's an illusion. Dark truly doesn't exist. Darkness just means the lack of light. So once light comes, darkness has to leave. So there's no such thing as darkness. It's the lack of light. It's nighttime because there's no light. You follow me?
And people give it a lot of power.
All the power.
Yeah.
There's only one power. The one power is the most highest power. Everything else is a force. Once again, that's why I'm doing this book called Power versus Force, because I'm gonna give you a brief synopsis. Power is like gravity. Everything happens within power. Force is like what you need to push your car through gravity. So ask yourself, do you want to be gravity, or do you want to be that car pushing that force through gravity? Sit with it. Let that marinate there on your dome for a little while. Like I say, so me, yes. Okay, I'm got another Taurus, Team Taurus. Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I'm delayed over here. My bad. Back off the situation. So me, but then not only am I a Virgo, we're gonna go even deeper. Our blood types. My blood type is AB. So I mean I can be a meat eater, a vegetarian. It's very rare. So certain things that y'all vibe on, I don't vibe on. So that's two different energies that I'm fighting in within myself. Um,
Yes, we are just a reflection and image thereof the Most High.
Lauren, that is so correct. Once you get out your fucking way to see that. But when you're in the fucking way, I have no clue of that, man. Like, yes, that is higher level thinking. When I was low self-esteem, yeah, I know. I know. Look at me. How can I have low self-esteem? I get it. But back then, I couldn't see myself. Like, we're on the inside looking out. And the way we look at ourselves is based on our outside perception and thoughts and things that we had as a child that makes us so-called traumatized. I'm not worthy, separation, rejection, all those different. Yeah, what people say. I hear you.
No, I'm gonna
I heard you breathing over there. You
yeah.
can say something.
I'm listening.
Okay, so this is like another superhero combined with a superhero networking, because she's a powerhouse by herself. And 99.9% women are. But guess what? They fucking with the wrong person. And he or she is draining you. A man's purpose in a woman's life is to hold a space while she's creating, so she can feel secure and protected while she's doing that. Have I been always doing that? Hell no. But I'm learning. I'm getting there. I'm growing slowly but surely. Um,
I definitely can resonate. I just realized my worth in the last 2 years.
yes, yes, because
I'm
I
still
look at it,
learning.
our first formative years, we're learning what we didn't want. So once we kind of transcend and connect and send out with that spirit, we understand, you know what? I can see myself. This is what I do want. I just started seeing myself. I was working in the flea market, let's say 6 years ago. And I helped see myself by listening to the the grateful comments that people would say to me. And I would be so like, what? Me? No, that couldn't be me. I'm not caught
Are
up in the
you
headlights.
talking back at me?
What? A guilty conscious God, no feeling. Oh my goodness. This is real time. It's like, oh my God. I'm talking about
Are you
me.
talking about me?
I'm talking about me. I'm talking about me. Let me see. Yes, let's. He's supposed to cultivate her. Yes, we are women.
We as women are meant to multiply in all realms.
And that's the part. See, this is the man is to cultivate. That's true. That's very true. But coming up as kids, we weren't taught that. We were taught how to make women, how not to get caught, how to number your lives, all that kind of shenanigans, all that bullshit had nothing to do with wrong place. So now we don't know how to have a functional relationship that endures the bullshit. So when we understand that, and it's a side effect of men and women fall in love with potential. A potential does not mean it's gonna manifest.
I'm guilty.
Now if you invest in something that don't manifest, you can't be pissed off, baby. Cause you choose to romanticize in that bullshit that didn't grow. So now your crop don't come in, baby. Guess what? Your ass don't eat. So now you're a vegetarian by default. You know why? Cause you ain't got shit to eat and you're on a water fast. Cause you invested your time. Plant the harvest, you feel me? You ain't investing your crop, you romanticizing. You ain't tending your crop and what you got going on, so it's time to eat. You got no crop. So now I'm a vegetarian by default because I ain't handling my business, so I ain't got business. So now I gotta drink water.
You're a water terror.
Yeah, I got to. I got to. Because I want to invest in me. I was allowing other people to make me overcommit by so-called potential. Fuck potential, fuck love. Invest in yourself and allow people to be themselves. Just because somebody love you, that don't mean that they're gonna allow you. But by them allowing you, makes it seem like they love you because you allowing me. So if you allowing me, that means you knowing me. Oh, we got somebody saying, okay.
You are definitely right about the wrong person. I am in separation soon to file divorce with a Pisces, very low vibrational being, but I have learned.
I have learned. And learn what you learned by experience. Once you get that experience, ain't nobody tell you a motherfucking thing.
Some people are utter deaf spiritually.
Yes, because they are what we call I forgot the word for it, but when you forget your spiritual self, you a lost soul. You become a lost soul because you forget your connection with the Most High. And now, like me, I was using sex as my therapist, so I just want to have sex for that moment. Now you want a relationship, I want a relations.
Without the ship.
Without the ship. So now you want a ship, I want relation, and now you mad I don't want no ship. I want a yacht. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no ship. So understanding spiritual vampires, yes. What's my animal spirit? What's your animal spirit? You talking to me or you talking to Big Nana? Me, I'm a ox. Spiritual vampire. Yes. Lauren, I'm a spiritual vampire too, because when these different holidays come up that I don't quite subscribe to, I suck the high vibration energy. It can go two ways. A vampire, you don't have to just suck on the low vibration. You can suck on the high vibration. You a rat. Hey man, listen, rats are if you look at the meaning of a rat, they're very intelligent. Don't Animals are, look up rat totem, TOTEM, and see the definition of a rat totem. A lot of times in dreams and animals, we take it too literal. It's not, we might have a dream and we take it literal. It's a deeper, it's a mystical perception behind that. So understand what's going on with it.
Oh, I'm a tiger. You say both.
Oh, both of us, just both y'all here, no more. Grace under pressure. We were talking about earlier. What did you say? Blessing King. Oh, Marjorie girl. No, I'm gonna stay God this long time. She succumbed to and again time and again to have these beach, these beach where we disconnect to plug in. That if you're a local healer, we're gonna start going to a Fort Lauderdale beach. Might be the last Sunday of last Saturday, which is the Sabbath. You wanna go there? The Sabbath, the day of rest, and go to the beach and just unwind. I love Tiger, so do I. she's like, I love a spiritual vampire night. No doubt. Yes. Listen, you're a writer and you might and you create songs. Just like on that paper, there's two sides. Just like that record is side A and side B. Side B is not the fire side. Turn your record over, start playing that side A, which is the fire, and look at the other side of who you are. That you can suck good energy, great energy, and power up. You ain't gotta give it away. No, hell no.
I,
No, no.
I, I never, I never thought about that because that's what, so-called powers at be. That's what they do. And, they, with all the energy, with
Very resilient. I'm listening.
with all of the energy, with the holidays and stuff,
Yeah.
that's what they use it for.
Yeah.
It's like, why can't I use it too?
Okay, I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna be even more primer. That's called mental alchemy. So
Most definitely.
I'm gonna get into this right here. So they tricked y'all, and I'm gonna give y'all a secret from my ancestors. They tricked y'all and made y'all think that alchemy was changing copper to gold. That's not what it was. It was taking a lower vibration energy and changing to a higher vibration energy. Spiritual vampire. Mental alchemy. Just because somebody seen some bullshit, I sell this fertilizer and get paid, baby. You feel what I'm saying?
Dragon Ball Z, that's
yeah.
And them animes be showing all kind of stuff.
They tell the truth. You pay attention to them. Who?
So what do you feel about the term sexual healing? That would be only in a healthy relationship, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
It will only be in a spiritual relationship that's not only healthy, it's full of wellness. Your emotions, your environment, your finances, your occupation, your physical, your spiritual, emotional, your social, all that stuff have to line up.
And intention.
And intention. Yeah. And your intellectual also too. Yeah. Like, what are you reading? Like, are we just like having an orgasm fest and we're not doing nothing after that? Like, really? Like, are we reading different books, or are we meditating together? Are we being how much water we drinking? Like, what actually are we doing? Because most of the time, if we are not spiritually centered, when in a relationship based on our traumatic side, our lower vibration side, like that hurt person is attracted to you because you're hurt too. And then when something goes wrong, we got two hurt people trying to be a whole. Two half of people can't make a whole. I learned that in drug rehab. Two sick people cannot make a whole. So if you sick and he sick, he's sick and he's sick, and she's sick and she's sick. I do counseling for male on male and female on female. I don't discriminate. Emotions are emotions. Emotions are emotions. So if we understand and believe that full-hearted delaying, that's the key component in healing. You have to believe in it wholeheartedly. Not in your mind. Our mind is that hardware that holds that traumatic lower vibration. We gotta get into that heart and relieve that mind. And once we do that, we're able to elevate what a divine is with that awareness, that clairaudience. We're being the perfect slave to unconditional love and master that only wants the best for us. You only want to show his glory through us, through my aggression, through my sexual misconduct, through my emotional baggage. I was actually an atheist for a while. I was pissed off at God. He let my mama get beat on. So for a while, I didn't believe in God. Like, man, fuck God. But God never said fuck me. When I got ready to come back and I tore my contract up with the devil, they're doing so much dumb shit, but having fun with it. Well, getting too much trouble. Failing. And I had to get my son full time. So I wrote a letter saying, most I love. I'm tired of the bullshit. I done killed too many people spiritual. I'm going to heal 10,000 times more than what I killed on the physical world. Guess what? Here I am. Guess what? I don't deal dope. I give hope now. You feel me? That makes plenty of sense. Y'all finna say something, y'all.
I was reading Delenos. He put people who lured into alchemy. What does that mean?
People who
What do you mean?
people who are lured into after me. That what you mean? Want based on the wrong thing? Hmm. Because a lot of if we look at how our ancestors was actually taught, they didn't use words, they used pictures, and most stuff was mouth to ear. So now you ask yourself, if I'm following something this person wrote, who's to say that they spirit was in alignment with what's going on? Or just could be a dogma. It could be something that's trying to keep you just far enough away to keep feeding them financially. I don't want no codependent client. After a couple of months, I want you out my hair. So now you can live your life. You could actually empower yourself and not just worry about what I got going on. Yes, mirrors.
We just talked about
Okay.
that. Yes, Mirrors, what do you think about synergy?
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. Yes, when you and when I
Yes,
can't see
when
a
you
shit.
yes, when you said changing the one into gold. Oh, the silver into gold.
Oh,
Oh,
gotcha,
I'm talking about
gotcha,
the
gotcha.
alchemy.
Yes. Fact, fact. Nice symbol. What that mean?
I think that's the cup, the one that's like
Oh, okay. Cheers. Thank you for that. Okay. That's
the
what's
little
up.
one.
So we gonna so any feedback, anything you want to go over? We would listen. Go, y'all do your thing. You
No, she mentioned synergy. What is synergy?
synergy. Um, if I'm not mistaken, she said the mirror work. So synergy is like synchronicity and energy. Give me more insight. What you mean by synergy? It's so many things. Be more correct, Lauren. What's your definition of synergy? Yes, I totally agree with mirror work. That totally helped me get out of my own fucking way. But what do you mean by synergy? What's your definition of synergy? I'm gonna let you read that. Why I keep touching it? Okay.
I know. I know with the mirrors, I definitely when we was doing mirror work out here, I definitely did see. Was it? I don't know if it's an alternate universe.
Mm-hmm.
Because you mentioned there was another word you mentioned also. It was a different something else universe.
Vortex?
No.
Oh, I see the mirror image. I can put the name of the proper term.
Yeah, so I seen it was like an alternate universe when I was looking in the mirror, and I think that's why mirror work is so awesome to actually see yourself on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
La Lottie La said yes. Codependency is a definite spiritual killer because you are a slave to another person's energy. And then she put, from what I understand, it's being in sync with another spiritual. I guess
Okay.
another spiritual person.
Yes. That can almost fall what people say.
Oh, with
Soul
another person,
ties.
with another spiritually for synergy.
Hell yeah, because we all one.
Mm-hmm.
This so happened. I'm gonna show you right now how it works because this so happened. This is my first video speaking about being aware of your spiritual side, and it tapped right in with what you're saying. So if that's not synergy in the making. I'm not sure what it is. Sun, moon. Okay.
We got another Scorpio moon, and the sun is that Aquarius or Libra? No, that's not Libra. That's Aquarius. Is that Aquarius?
Shoot, don't get me. I'm looking at my book.
That's a sign.
Yeah, Lord. It's Sagittarius is the arrow, and then the second
Oh,
one
Sag.
is the second one is
Damn.
Scorpio.
Sagittarius cousin.
Wow.
Yeah, they cousins.
Mm-hmm.
But wow, Sag. Look at
Sun,
that
moon,
fire.
sun.
Cause Scorpios isn't a fire sign, but it's always associated with fire. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot of fire. Yeah. The interaction or cooperation of two or more organizations, substances, or other agents to produce a combined effect greater than the sum of their separate effects. Synergy.
Okay, yes. That going back to the oneness. It's an illusion that we're separate that caused that fear because yeah, we beautiful, yeah, all day long. That's the essence of what we are synergy. But we think with something totally different. It's a separation of it. So yeah, I totally believe in synergy. We live in it. We just don't recognize it, but we're living in it every day. Once again, it seems to go from us making this video and you looked it up. Wonderful. Yeah. I appreciate it. But that gives a wider range of actually what's going on there. A water sign.
Yes, Miss. 01 saying Scorpio is a water sign. Yeah, Scorpio is a water sign, but it's for some reason always associated with fire because of the intensity. So the water can be intense. Yeah, and Sagittarius is a fire sign. So it's fire and water, but have that intensity. So the Sagittarius, what's the polar opposite of Sag?
Get my light. Sagittarius is Gemini.
Oh, so the polar opposite of Gemini, of Sagittarius is Gemini, and they they make good friends too. Yeah. So what we was talking about earlier is with your Sagittarius sign, because of your polar opposite is Gemini, that you could take some good traits from Gemini to balance out your sign. Like if you're Sagittarius and you're too, I don't give a fuck, or too flighty, you could take some of your Gemini sign and balance that out.
And that it's about synchronizing. If I say no, I don't like my moon sign, I'm rejecting myself. And the number one thing with becoming whole, I have to accept myself whole, spirit, mind, and body. If I can't do that, I'm not able to get in that spiritual realm, which is that crown chakra for my nerve center kind of throw it off. Let me get my charge.
Delano said he has a question for everyone. Okay. How do y'all feel is the most powerful sign that ranks above all others? Oh my God. Really? What's your sign again? Which sign keeps the other signs in balance? Oh my gosh. I need to know your sign again. What's your sign again, Delano? Talking about which sign rank over everybody. You must think it's yours. What's your sign? I think that
the Luna is that's the Reese had.
Oh, Cuz. Libra, Virgo, Cuz. I remember. Yeah, he's Cuz. Virgo, Libra. So I don't think there's no sign that rank over. It's just that everyone has their part. Everyone has their special abilities, their part. So far as like I do know that Pisces is fluid. If they're balanced, they can mimic other signs as well as a lot of signs can though. A lot of signs can. I don't think of a no sign over anybody else. Except for mine. Like, as Tauruses, we, can be a little bit more. I'm joking.
Well, I think the wisest sign is Virgo.
I know you're gonna say that.
Yeah, because you look at the history, when you look at the tribal, when every time we wake up, it would be a person giving wise counsel, which is a Virgo. We would actually interpret the different dreams. The man asked the question. So I want to answer the question.
And the thing about it is, he's also Virgo Cuz, so it's like y'all together. Yeah. Oh my gosh, he had to be a Virgo because he asking that goddamn question. Anyway,
the Virgo is the feminine sign, which is the closed organ, which is the organ. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one of my mind, the hardest sign for what it deals with. My personally, that means
okay. You got your opinion. Okay, no problem. You got your you got your opinion, but every sign has their benefits, their major attributes, and Pisces that able to let go. Everybody has their attributes, Scorpios, very intense, passionate, Virgo, like you say, very wise and the mother. And Libra are able to see duality both sides of the spectrum. Who else? Capricorn, the hard workers, steady pace. Who else? Leo, the lions.
Anyway, I love my love. But I'm
True,
a.
but it's the foundation. Okay.
It's a true, but
But that's the Virgo. Yeah, that's that Virgo. That's the foundation.
you know what?
Because our environment can affect our sons as well too. That can have, because our environment is 74% of our behavior that we're behave the way we behave right now. Okay, that's my direction. Why you say it that
Really?
way?
You said they said who they?
Shit, that's Lauren.
No, oh, I was reading him when he said
Oh,
about the animal spirit rank dragon. It said it ranks over all the others. And when she said, I think the most misunderstood sign is Capricorn. She a Capricorn.
oh, why you feel misunderstood?
Because they be hiding their dark side. And then
Ooh.
let me tell you about Capricorn.
Uh
So
oh. Uh oh.
he said that you sound muffled.
Now? How about now?
But with Capricorns, the reason why they think that they misunderstood, I was my closest relationship to all of
Mm-hmm.
them was Capricorn. So they feel like they're misunderstood because they have tendencies to want to control.
Mm.
Okay, Capricorns are very controlling, whether they admit it or know it or not. They try to have control. So a lot of people um, take offense to certain things that they do or say. And the Capricorn is like, oh, what? All I want to do was love. What? I was just trying to love, and this is what I was trying to do. They misunderstanding me. I'm very nice and amazing and thoughtful, which you guys are. But like I said, you have to have that balance, because Capricorns love to be in control, whether it's passively or it's aggressively. Y'all love to have that control. We show the world is not exactly how those we love and are intimate with no one. You know, we are highly intelligent, intuitive, very loving too, but you won't know that if you are not close
Close
to
to us,
us.
right? Back.
Yes, you guys are very highly intelligent, very intuitive, and loving, you know, very. But like I said,
Do we speak about the lane, how you said the dragon and the animal spirit ranks above all others?
yes, I mentioned it, but
I think I'm
I
a,
don't, as I said, who says,
I feel, I feel like I'm a dragon too.
you feel like,
Yeah,
what
cause think about it, what does a dragon eat?
we're talking about the animal, the
Yeah,
Chinese totem,
I
but
feel,
that could be your animal spirit.
yeah.
Yeah.
What does a dragon eat?
What?
Whatever the fuck you want.
Touche, touche.
Yeah, man.
Yes, you still do. You still sound muffled thing for the last 5 minutes. Do I sound muffled too? Yes, but real is real. He said yes, but real is real. People like to be
Too
lied
easy to
to,
pull him.
and we don't condone the fake, which sadness. Yes, that's the one thing I can say that Capricorns don't like that fake shit. You know, sounds muffled still. Oh, somebody else said sound muffled too.
I wonder what that is.
I don't know.
I just implement that. It get too juicy. That's why.
Is it just maybe it is the top?
That's why I unplugged it. How
How
about
it
now?
sound now?
But it just said once I plugged it in.
It's just the same thing. Okay. Well,
How about now?
yeah. If you can hear it, type in some signatures. That's what we hate the most: stagnation and living a lie. We are most definitely not window shoppers. If you want an analogy, yeah, I know that to be true. I know that to be true.
Can y'all hear us now? Can we get a sound check, please? Can y'all hear us? No.
But have you tapped into who you really, really, really are? That dark side that no one knows about, that Capricorn? Have you tapped into that? Are you aware of that dark side?
Or is it so uncomfortable you haven't quite indulged in it yet? Because that could be uncomfortable, you know. That's why y'all say, "Coach, look, I know I need to do it, but can you help me?" So that's what I'm here for, to help coach you through your situation. There's no two situations that's the same. If you experience it a certain way, I'm meant to you. Just find your organic way. your freedom of liberation. So what happened to her for him, not happening. Can y'all hear me? I don't want to get all this good juice if y'all can't hear me now. Yes, no, maybe so.
Yeah.
Let me know. Yes, so, maybe no. Yes, no, maybe so. Let me know. What are you saying? Yeah, most definitely. Yes, most definitely. What, that you can hear us?
Oh, most definitely about the happen to
Question.
the
Repeat question. What question were we just asking? Hold on, wait, one second. Delano, type back in what question you were asking, please.
well, yeah, I know.
Can't hear. That's tough.
Can't hear. I'm sorry. Sound muffled.
Still sound muffled. Oh, that sucks. How did that just happen? The energy's too good right now, man. So I have to.
Narcissistic.
Ooh.
I know about them Capricorn man who went violent.
I know that.
Abusive.
Yeah. So with that being said, you can hear me. Give yourself time to chill. Yeah, I can hear you. Okay.
But she can hear, but it's
Must be something on
uh,
what's on Lauren. Lauren's on Facebook. Lena, who keeps you balance? What you saying at the bottom? Um, hmm, which one keeps you balanced? It's just actually that's a perfect question, right, Lena. There's no up, down, left, right, or bottom. That's for none. It's all the same. So when we start looking at what is, not looking at what's top, what's bottom, it's more of a center, not of a balance, but like in Greek mythology,
yeah, that's
right?
what we. But I definitely see that you refer to your Pisces a lot.
Who?
Yeah.
I do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah? Okay then, thank you. Yeah, I like Greek mythology also too, but also I like the application. How does it feel when I actually put that on? When I actually put that in my mental, how does it feel? Because I think information comes from everywhere. So we had schools in Africa, Greek, uh,
Yeah.
Europe, and it was somewhere else they had all the power schools too. So it wasn't only in Africa, it was other places, India also too. So it's knowledge everywhere. When you close yourself off and thinking that you know it all, it's you in trouble. So it sounds like on YouTube, they said they can't get good, so it's like getting better. Um, yeah, man. So anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Anything I want to say.
Just let it marinate for a second.
Um,
You got 10% battery. You know how some these last get you
mhm.
used to it.
I mean, what I appreciate, you know, having this conversation with like-minded spiritual people,
Mm,
and that when they listen and click on the video,
mm-hmm,
so I'm definitely grateful for that. And yeah,
mm-hmm. Um,
definitely like spiritual alignment.
I think it would be for me was being grateful that the ringing in my ear led to us having a dialogue for
Mm-hmm.
almost an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So, hmm,
That we don't have to be peaceful. Yes, that's where the vulnerability comes in. Yeah.
if you're trying to heal, the zodiac signs are the essence of healing. Yes, because they're universal. It's beyond religion. It's the essence of what you are. And we connect with that, and we are as we.
The stuff that's
Yes. Okay, you in the loop. So it's time right now to. This whole platform is about solution based. It's uh, it's a judge tolerant atmosphere because we're not prejudging. We're judging you based on what you're saying. So prejudging But yes, we are judging based on what you're saying. Just to get you the proper alignment. Speak your how you done. Because if I empower you, you can empower thousands of people I can't come in contact with. Vice versa. Big Yaya, Big Nana, Yaya, she might say something that tells you that I might say something. It's a unity in that database of awareness. So we're looking at, let's go beyond being conscious. Let's become aware of where I can get. Let's become aware of where I can invest. Let's be aware of energy. That's our core nature. Hmm. If we believe that we're hurt and traumatized, what will you have left? You release that trauma, release that hurt. You have no mental energy space for that. Listen, let me tell you
Heaven.
something.
Heaven.
Heaven. I'm gonna tell you one more spiritual trap. Fuck trying to be happy. The only time you're trying to be happy when something happens. But if you are joyful, regardless of what happens, you will get that same energy. And fucking means feeling, unclogged knowingness, but internal transformation. So you say fucking and you feel it, you ready to deal with it. Stop trying to deal with that petty ego, that petty drama, that other stuff that's going on.
Let the light shine, gal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying.
Right, that's that other side.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I used to be shy too. But you come on that truth, that energy, the truth you can't help but come up. But that's I'm just facade.
Yep.
I'm just trying to embrace it all and stop hiding. But you know what? Y'all are the perfect example of trying not to hide. So Lauren, if you have somebody that can help you keep you spiritually liable for what you're doing, you can stop hiding. You trying to do it by yourself, it's so easy to hide because nobody keeps you responsible. So if you got one person confiding that you can allow to critique you in a loving manner for your long-term growth, that's have to roll up. Not saying it won't happen, but you won't allow the shenanigans that your ego, your so-called traumatic stuff don't tell you to take you away from your healing. If we gave the same energy to ourselves for healing that we gave to these dudes and women who didn't deserve it, man, marry yourself and have a relationship within you. So once you raise that vibration, any dude or any shit come around you, go match that vibration.
Mm-hmm.
Stop selling because you lonely. Once you feel that spiritual void, loneliness will leave you. Like when you parch and you thirst and you drink that water, the thirst will leave you. So stop being thirsty, drink all that goddamn juice, and drink that water. That spiritual water, full of that trunk.
Mm-hmm.
Own your shit. Stop wanting that fame. Whatever you see in someone else that you don't like, it mostly resides within you or your environment. So before you check them,
Check yourself. It ain't easy, but it's worth it.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's doable.
Yeah. It's an everyday thing.
Hypocrite. I want to come close to the essence of what the fuck I am. That's the spiritual being. How earthly experience. I'm from Pluto and you from Mars. Y'all tuned in earlier today. So you haven't subscribed. Subscribe to Namaste Thug Wellness on YouTube. Subscribe to Namaste Thug Wellness on IG. What the nails do on IG. Man, she is a plethora of genius over here in a small box. When she is released, it ain't pimping, but it's pimping. You know what I'm saying? I'm helping you get the fuck out your own way. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta trick your conscious mind so your subconscious mind can be reprogrammed. It can transform to that higher God of God itself. From that co-creator and that baby. Hey.
Whoa.
Okay, Lord. Um, I have experienced so much hate, even at the low level. I can't imagine what.
I'm a hater. I could experience on the higher
Oh.
level.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
Mm-hmm.
I refrain from being in the spotlight. I have always been very humble, but I am about precision. I am overcoming my fears, so because I have to get to answer the call of God and do greater
Mm.
work.
Okay.
That still having that control, and then still and then trying to light dim your light for other people to be uncomfortable. Fuck their comfortability. Okay, I most definitely will. You are wonderful.
And Lauren, also too, I'm going to put my number up here. Give me 1 second. There we go. If you need a sponsor, hit me up. I can definitely, for you to be this transparent on social media, I can work. I definitely can. Because if you are a writer and you write poetry, you are definitely an instrument to help people. Because music is the only thing that it can touch people, you can touch it, and can speak to people because we are different voice. So that song represents higher vibration. Still provide help. Get in line. Get in line. Get in line. And get out your mind. Get off your behind and get out your mind. And allow the spirit to use you to be that organic you. Get that trauma, forget that hate. Anything that makes you feel less than a woman, less than a goddess, if you release from that past trauma, from that past hurt, and accept that experience, that's so beautiful. I'm on your Facebook as well. Okay, but you know what? Be honest with you, I'm not. Oh, I'm not really supposed to be a person like that. So you definitely could be. But if you don't connect with me directly, I don't really. I have like almost 5,000 people. On there. So thank you for. I believe. Yes, yes. So feel free to reach out and connect with myself, a big yaya. I'm calling a big yaya, a big nana. Oh, I'm saying big nana, man. That's that mother. She called me mother energy. That's so amazing. She tells me I thought it's like a mother having a loving conversation with somebody. Imagine me, an alpha male, having brother in that love. Don't feel me having my son over now. 6 months old. Thank you, yo, yo, man. The nigga see himself. And nigga stands for now I got God's approval. I be your N-I-G-G. Hey, right, thugger, thugger. True out of the God. Remember, slight pause. My office is outside. And I got my private jet. He's still at the airport. I got 20, 30 more minutes before he fuel to leave, all right? So I'm gonna leave this right here. Look in the mirror every day and tell yourself, I love being me. I love being me. I love being me. When you say I love being me, that's so powerful. Don't say love being me. You gotta put I love being me. Let me feel low vibration. Let me like for that hope pulling on you. That, she said hello. That's what's up. That's what's up. So until next time, man, stay strong. If you can't stay strong, say fuck it and just start trying and then get back up and stay strong. So you know what? Listen, I ain't forget. I don't like when I'm going 70 miles per hour. I'm turn back at 95. All of a sudden start crying for no apparent reason. This so allow yourself to release. Also, when we cry, it's the toxin to our kids. It's a form of detox. Oh, I can dig that.
I can dig it, baby.
No, that shit diggable, baby. I know you can dig it, baby. That shit diggable. That's what's up. So, um, bring me what? Hold on, let me say.
Being me, click.
Yeah.
Being me, click.
Yeah, straight up. Because I'm not a beat nothing else. I ain't Nike. I can't do shit. Yo, be shit. intelligence, he stands the time. Amen. Namaste. So with that being said, stay strong, be aware, focus the people. Before I leave, I say so. Let us lead us up.
All right, y'all have a wonderful night, y'all. And remember to go within yourself and love yourself. And put you first. And everybody else around you, but worry about you.
Big Nana has me. Namaste. Dang, that's almost 2 hours.